So, I'm just gonna reiterate how awesome it is to have somebody read your stuff that you trust. So, a long time ago, I gave Frankie my first draft of my full story, and she just read up to the point when the first death occurs. So, her and I were talking today about her story, because she's recently decided to make a couple of changes, and we were talking about them, and then I was like, oh, by the way, how far did you get when you were reading? And she goes, oh, you, I need to talk to you. And then she's like started running her mouth in the Skype room, and I had to be like, no, you need to stop, because Jory's reading this right now, and I don't want you to spoil anything. So, I didn't, at the risk of spoiling it for Jory here, all I want to say is that I crafted, my dogs are fighting, they do this all the time. Hey, guys, would you knock it off? I'm trying to do a video. And, the way that I crafted the build-up and the death of the character was exactly what I was going for, and Frankie's pissed at me. She's like, oh, you fucking bitch! And I was like, yes! Mission success! So, that was a well done. The point I wanted to get across got across, and so, I don't want to spoil it for Jory or for you, but it's really nice when you put a plan together and it goes according to plan. So, that was cool. The other thing is that, we discussed one of my main characters. So here's the thing. My two main characters are very, very different, and, Heike, who's sort of like my badass warrior chick, has a very distinct personality, and she's very cool. I like her a lot. But so Jory picks up on some things like gender equality, and because Heike doesn't really care whether you're a man or a woman, or if you're like pure blood or not. She'd really just, all she cares about is merit. So it's a very cool thing. And you see that a lot, and she doesn't take shit from anybody, and she's very crude, and she swears a lot, and whatever. She's awesome. I mean, that's all there is to it. But Myen is definitely, in a lot of ways, her opposite. So Myen is married, and her husband is this wonderful, happy-go-lucky man of amazing power, and he's basically godlike. And so what Myen's character represents is, in the beginning, she's this cold, heartless manipulator person who was basically sent here in the beginning to mess with some things. Like, she's only married to him because she had to be, but over time, of course, her opinion of him changes, and she falls in love with him because he's wonderful, and it's something that she never thought she would have before, and never wanted, because she didn't even know it existed. Her people are very loveless in a way, so as she's, getting to know his people and getting to know him, then she loves this. And so her motivations throughout the entire story are very family driven. She will basically move the world for her family, and so it's a much more stereotypical woman thing for her to basically worship her husband and be very devoted to her family. But whether or not Heike represents like feminism and gender neutrality or whatever, I still think that it's very important that it's okay to really love your spouse and really be dedicated to your family. Just because society sort of sees that as the norm for women doesn't necessarily mean that it's a bad thing for a woman to want, and this is exactly what Myen wants. So she's definitely Heike's opposite in a lot of ways. So I had to ask Frankie, and I was like, does Myen piss you off? Because like when you put her like side by side with Heike, and Heike represents all of these like progressive, social, what do you call them? That's a word that's not like norms. It's the opposite of norms. Anyway, she's like a social anomaly. Especially like even in our world, but definitely in their world. And Myen's okay with what she is, and she likes it that way. So I was really concerned that the contrast between them would be so striking that people would hate Myen. I didn't want that at all, because basically she's almost like Tiger Mom. She loves her family so much that she's basically like, do not threaten my family or I'll fucking kill you, and that's why she's awesome. It's just a different kind of strength, and it's like pure nurturing strength, and I love her too. So that was what we talked about today. Now Frankie has gone to bed. It is 7 o'clock in the States, or at least in my half of the States, and that means that it's midnight in Scotland. So she has gone to bed, and she's going to finish reading she's going to do some more reading of my story. Tomorrow she's going to spend writing, and we're going to discuss my story. Before my dogs bark because my husband is home, I am currently editing chapter 23 of 50. So I'm making progress. I'm almost halfway, and I'm getting to the point where I can start slashing the shit out of what's left in my story and getting rid of all the extraneous crap that I basically threw in there for NaNoWriMo. I'm still angry about that. So I'm going to fix that. And I'm going to go before he gets in the door. So I will talk to you later. Okay, bye.